Welcome once again to Let's Talk Marriage. This is Pastor Larry coming to you this Wednesday afternoon with Let's Talk Marriage. All right. Hope everyone is doing well. If you woke up this morning, you are doing well. All right, we're going to get right on into our segment on today. Hope everyone is doing well. I'd like to take this moment to thank everyone for all the birthday wishes. I had a birthday on November 4th, and it was a wonderful day. My wife and my family made it a beautiful day. I enjoyed it, every minute of it, and I thank you all for all the birthday wishes that I received. So we're going to get right on into our program. Our program today is this is another segment from Joyce Myers. I picked it up from Joyce Myers, and we're going to add our own to it, and this is very interesting, very wonderful. It says, live together, laugh together. And we've talked about this several times on the program, how you should be enjoying your marriage. We tend to make it hard. It's not hard, it's what we put into it. If you put whatever you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it. You should be enjoying each other. Because first of all, God placed you guys together or placed you together. So you should be enjoying each other's company. You should be enjoying loving on each other. You should be enjoying everyday life with each other. Everything is not going to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage, but you still should be enjoying your spouse. See, this is what she says on here. One of the hardest things for couples to do is to remember to have fun on a day-to-day basis. This is so true. We forget, with all the hustle and bustle and all the things that are going on in the world, we tend to forget to enjoy each other. And when we're enjoying each other, it makes life so much easier. And that's the same thing as being when you're a Christian, when you're in a church, or you're a Christian in a church, and you're professing to have salvation, you should be enjoying your life. It should be humdrum. It shouldn't be, oh, it's a hard old way. You should be enjoying each other. And the same thing in a marriage, especially when you're in the church, you should be enjoying each other's company. And for those that are, and for one thing, you set a good example for those that are seeking to get married. Don't let no one see you where you're having a knockdown drag out with your spouse, and expect to influence another couple that are contemplating on getting married. They should see how your marriage goes. Your marriage should be an example, and it should not be a fake example. It should be a genuine example to other couples. You should really be enjoying each other's company. You should always have fun with each other. This is what she said again. Let me read that first part again. One of the hardest things for couples to do is to remember to have fun on a daily day basis. It's so easily to fall into a routine of daily life and forget to enjoy the little moments with our spouse. So sometimes it's best to make your own special moments. And we've mentioned that several times on the program about making special moments. And one of the ways you can make special moments is take your spouse somewhere. If not a vacation, take them out to a nice, rememberable place where there always be that memory that you can go back on and talk about and enjoy it. And to always take pictures. People always laugh at me because they always say, oh, you always got your camera, you always taking pictures. But I always like to make memories because you can always go back and look at those, especially if you go somewhere like in the summertime, you go to an exotic place or to a tropical climate. In the wintertime, you can go back and look at those pictures and see how warm it was, for one thing. But it makes memories that'll last a lifetime. So you have to make those special moments with your spouse by spending time with your spouse, even if it's just watching a movie or something, or even if it's just sharing scriptures, or it's just anything you can do to share time and spend time with your spouse. You should not be at the point where you're trying to get away from your spouse. You said that. I have heard so many people saying, "Oh, I'm trying to get away from my old lady." No, I enjoy being around my wife, and she enjoys being. We enjoy being around each other, and as a result, our children don't mind being around us, and it reflects on your family as well. They won't mind being around you because they see how you're happy you are, how you interact with each other. So you have to make sure that we are enjoying our spouses, and don't take them for granted. A lot of times especially women, sometimes you have a good spouse, and sometimes you take them for granted. And the same thing with the fellows. Sometimes you have a good wife, or on certain occasions you have a good wife, and you tend to take them for granted that they're always going to be there to prepare your meal or whatever that they do. For instance, even though you're older, she said that her and Dave still chase each other around the house. I had mentioned that a while ago in one of my messages. I said that. Let me read this again. That what Joyce Meyer said. She says, for instance, even though her and Dave are older, they still chase each other around the house. That's amazing. And I had mentioned that one time in one of my messages when I was preaching on marriage. I had mentioned that you still should be at the point where you still chase your wife around and just have fun with each other. I had mentioned that before on in one of my messages. So because I'm real into having people enjoy each other in their marriages, and a lot of times we think because we're saved and sanctified and filled with the Holy, you can't have fun with each other, but that's even more that you should have fun and enjoy your spouse. She said, live together, laugh together. And that's what keeps your marriage going, when you can enjoy each other. And there's nothing wrong with just overshowering your spouse with love. And that's what Christ does for the church. He overshowers us with love and grace. And we should have that spill over into our marriage, our love and grace and hope and your dreams that are in your marriage. Here's something else from her excerpt here. One time a few years back, we were chasing each other around through the house at night playing tag. I would have run and tagged him, then take off running and shout, "I got you last." This is wonderful. This is how you should be enjoying each other. Don't ever get to the point where you want to be in another room, you're sleeping in another room, and you can't stand him no more. God gave you that spouse. You're supposed to love and cherish your spouse. And there's nothing wrong with having good, clean fun with each other. Enjoy your spouse, because, life is so short. There's so many people that wish they still had their spouses around. One of them might have went on or deceased, or they might be sick where they can't do too many things. So as long as you have your spouse around you, you should be enjoying each other, and make sure you are complimenting your wives. Husbands, make sure you compliment your wives often. Make sure you compliment them often. Praise them often. When they do things, when they cook meals for you, don't take it for granted. Say the meal is great. Oh, you cooked a beautiful meal. Even if they can't cook, you still say it's beautiful. And if you think they can't cook all that well, take them out. If you can't cook, take them out and enjoy the evening with each other. And that's the thing with I always mention too, that when you're going to church together, that's I always say one of the things on Sunday is a family day, because a lot of people tend to work during the week, and most people they tend to be off on Sunday or whatever day that they're off on. Spend that time going to church with your spouse, and then that way, after church, you could have a family day, a family outing, and that way things will never go stale in your marriage. You'll keep things going in your marriage, and you live together And when you're living together, you should learn to laugh together. I totally agree with her when she mentioned that. And we've talked about it several times on our program about having the love and affection for your wife. And husbands, make sure that you, again, compliment your wives. Do not take them for granted. Husband and wives, don't take your husband for granted. Make sure you compliment them, praise them, uplift them, encourage them. Because a lot of times when they're working these jobs, they have a hard day. And same thing with you, you have a hard day as well. So make sure that we are encouraging each other and lifting each other up. And it makes life so much simpler. And you can go through things together because everything is not going to be roses, coming up roses. So when doing the hard times, if you support each other, if you learn to respect each other, support each other, and be there for have each other's back during the hard times, you can get through the hard times because all the time you're not going to be hunky-dory all the time, but you make sure that on those times that you can, that you learn to love your wife and cherish your wives. And that way, when the hard times come, it'll be easier to get through them. And not only that, your children, you're setting an example for your children, your daughters, to see how a husband is supposed to treat a wife. That's what the dad is, one of the things that a dad is there for with the family. So the daughter can see how a husband's supposed to treat a wife, and the son is there to see how his dad treats his wife as well. So when he becomes of age, he will know how to be a gentleman. That's what is going on a lot with a lot of our young people. They were never taught to be ladies and to be gentlemen. And when you're ladies and gentlemen in a marriage, you enjoy each other and the love and the laughter is there. You have to learn to respect each other. That's why there's no respect nowadays, because a lot of times the young people don't see it in their homes. If you see it in your homes, then you'll take it abroad, and then there'll be more respect, and then you wouldn't see a lot of the things that are going on in the world today with our young people. They don't have any examples. They don't have any role models. You should be a role model in your home, a role model for your younger siblings, a role model for your children as well. Being a role model for your younger siblings, especially if they're not married, they'll see how you are, how you interact with your wife. And you know you're doing right when your kids say, "Oh, there they go again." Or you hear your kids say, "Oh, you guys need to get a room." That means that you are enjoying each other. And they might say that out of fun, but they actually enjoy seeing the affection between mom and dad. They enjoy seeing that. And they know that when they are of age and get into a relationship, that's what they are looking for, and that's what they are expecting to have in their relationship. So we have to make sure that we are loving on each other, learn to live together, and laugh together. This is Pastor Larry. I'm going to be signing off until we meet again. Also, and once again, I want to thank you for all the birthday wishes. And I also want to take this moment to invite you out to our services at New Zion Christian Center, 15014 South Des Plaines Street in Plainfield, Illinois. Our services begin at 11 a.m. Come out. We're not there long. We come out and enjoy the Lord, and the rest of the day is yours. But give God a couple hours on your Sunday morning. This is Pastor Larry until we meet again with Let's Talk Marriage. Enjoy your week, the rest of your week. Make sure you go to church on Sunday morning. I'll see you there. God bless you.